out of all the movies I never expected to review on this podcast, this is certainly top 10.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Top 10?
I think so.
Honestly, probably even top 5.
Are you just upset that it's such a large number? You wanted to be like a little closer to the top there?
No, granted, it's weird that he specifically thought about this movie in like you know what, I'd never review on the podcast.
Well, no, it's because it's so far removed from like
everything that we do.
It is. I'm gonna tie it in before we get into it though. See, I was at AugustaCon this last Saturday.
Right.
And since this is the Superhero Homies podcast, I got to meet famous comic book writer Christopher Priest.
Yes.
And he was incredible. And if you don't know who he is, he has a great Black Panther run. He actually created Okoye and a couple other characters. But he was there not for like the reason that people normally come to these things. He wasn't there like for money for himself. He was actually there for the Hero Initiative, which is a nonprofit for like out of work comic book creators, writers, artists,
cool.
etc.
That's dope as hell.
So thought I would give them a shout out, not a sponsor. And that was a really awesome thing that he was doing. Very down to earth guy. So
I really wish I could have gone to that. I mean, first of all, I didn't even know who was going to be there until you told me.
Right, yeah, it's kind of a low key thing.
Yeah, and the fact that he was such a cool and down to earth person. Yeah, it's always cool when like the people you admire are actually not assholes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Someone that breaks the stigma of never meet your heroes.
Right. Yeah. You know, that's why when Oz met me, I'm so glad I could live up to his expectations. And
Right.
You know.
Yeah, no.
But Christopher Priest, he does have.
Wait, he didn't live up to your expectations?
No, not at all.
But he is your hero.
But because I exceeded him.
Oh.
Not even close.
But Christopher Priest did write my favorite Black Panther run. I think his run is probably most people's favorite Black Panther run. And he also has a really, really cool Deathstroke run too. Yeah.
He apparently did a lot of work on Vampirella also.
Oh, that's right.
A thing.
Yeah.
Apparently. That I found out about while talking to him.
While talking to him, yeah.
I've actually heard that one. Like, heard of that one, I should say.
So, since it is June, I believe, isn't Acolyte out or about to come out?
Yeah,
came out
Acolyte
yesterday.
Came out at 9 p.m. last night. I have not seen it yet because I've been very busy.
Okay, I was wondering. I see that the odds of one person in this room, one of us seeing it, I thought was pretty high. So
I'm moving.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. We're just very busy right now. So
Yeah, right meow.
Right, meow.
But speaking of cool people that we met, Christopher Barnes was at MomoCon 2 weeks ago, and that's the voice for the animated 90s Spider-Man, who was recently in X-Men 97. Mild spoiler, sorry. You had weeks.
That's true.
And he told me that Disney has not contacted him about doing a Spider-Man 98, because he would tell me.
Yeah, he would
Of
tell
course,
you, right?
he would tell you.
I mean, did you tell him that you were on the Superhero Homies podcast?
Yeah, I mean, he was really impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean,
He also really liked my Dragon Con shirt.
Yeah.
So he has a tattoo of a dragon on his right arm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he really liked it a lot.
I do wonder about that, though, now that you mention it, because are they still doing that Spider-Man animated spin-off show that they talked about years ago on Disney Plus, like the Spider-Man freshman year or something like that?
Yeah, that like originally was supposed to be like canon, and it had Tom Holland in it, and then they were like, no, never mind, we're not going to do that, and then you just haven't heard anything else about it.
That's the one.
That one? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I skipped the first steps, and I've just not heard about it.
Yeah. It's not making a TV show with extra steps.
Yeah. It's somehow spending money and not making anything.
Yeah, I kind of wondered, though, obviously, like, if they make that Spider-Man show, Sony has to have their hand in their pocket, right? I mean, from what I understand, if there's anything that Spider-Man is moving, then Sony has the rights.
Yeah.
Like, they can put him on a lunchbox, but, like, if it's a video game or a TV show or anything, like, that's all Sony's deal. So.
Right.
But, I mean, they put him in 97, so Sony obviously had to at least have okayed that. I mean,
he was there.
See, I do wonder about that, right? Because, like, I don't even know the legalities, right? Because that show was made and distributed by Fox.
Right, which they now own.
Which Disney now owns. So...
But it's a new use of Spider-Man. Sony had to at least at the bare minimum had to call Sony and be like, hey, can we
Right.
like at the bare minimum.
Right.
And Amy Pascal was like $2 million.
I mean,
Yeah,
Disney
probably.
money.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I mean, he was in Invincible. They didn't ask.
That's one more fun fact before we get started here. I didn't notice this until someone online pointed it out, and I'm ashamed I didn't notice this. The Invincible shows up in an episode of The Shield.
What?
Just another day, yeah. Yeah, it is in the background. It is in the first episode that Andre 3000 is in.
Yeah.
He's in a comic book shop. And
there's
in the background there's a stand up of Invincible.
What?
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Is that show you
Yes.
keep going on about?
Which one? Both, yes. Because I keep going on about both of those.
I've seen one of them.
He goes on about.
Oh,
a lot of
you
shows. It's not-
did
it's not
see
just those two.
2 episodes of The Shield.
I wasn't counting that one.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Well, Invincible also, yeah.
yeah.
But I am going on about both all the time.
All the time.
So
Yeah, that blew my mind. I did not notice it, but yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was wild. But before we get too far into things, proper introductions are in order for those of you who are new here to the podcast. Hopefully we have a schedule away already. And for those of you who are not new, I don't know why you keep coming back, but we really appreciate it.
I mean, as off the wall cold opens go for us, 7 minutes is incredible restraint.
This is, incredibly restrained.
That's so fetch.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, Oz.
Homies, one and all, welcome back to another very special and unique episode of the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and tonight I am here with, I've talked to the lawyers, and we've gone through the red tape, and we just need to dot our T's and cross our I's, whatever it goes. We're doing both to all letters. But the co-host Caleb is here. Homie
What
Caleb,
up?
welcome back.
I've just been elevated to co-host. It's not an event anymore.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
The homie Oz.
Yo. Hi.
That was Oz.
God damn it.
And last and certainly not least, the homie Dylan is back.
Greetings.
What?
I'm so glad that like your introduction and Oz's introduction balanced each other
I had
out.
to.
Yeah.
Fun little tidbit. That's how I start all of my emails at work.
Oh, greetings.
Yeah.
Do you put Earthlings or do you type it in then?
No,
like,
I just
that's
put greetings
good.
and then I just do like a little
Or
comment.
like even
Okay.
like greetings and salutations.
I also am like one of like 2 people that I've bumped into at work, like 3 emails at work, who actually like format an email like an email
Yeah.
and not like it's just a DM.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
That's a little frustrating.
When people do that, I usually wait like 12 plus hours to respond to them. But like, if you think this is an instant message, I'm going to tell you that it ain't.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we are here tonight to talk about a movie that came out 20 years ago.
It's the throwback.
The Throwback. This is for the Throwback series. And yeah, like we were talking about earlier, this is a movie that I did not expect to ever review on this podcast. But yeah, here we are. Once you get to the point where like the podcast is damn near 7 years old, you gotta start, getting whatever
Did
you
you say
can.
7?
It'll be 7
It
in
sounded
October.
like you said 70 for a second. I was
gosh.
like, wait, what?
I've been
man.
podcasting for 70 years.
We at like over 1,000 episodes, right? Isn't it something crazy like that?
Actually, it's only about half that.
Oh, it's only like 500.
Yeah. Tomorrow's episode, I think, is actually 500.
Oh, wow.
shit.
Yeah.
That's a fucking incredibly special episode.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you definitely have to make that one like Grandiose.
That we were bumped off of.
So-
we were
whoa.
bumped off of. I see how
So
it is.
before we go any further, tomorrow is a podcast assembled, and unfortunately, we don't have 6 mics. If we did, then you guys would be here.
I could bring a mic. I'm just kidding.
The
I'm
only
actually very
reason
busy.
I do have a mic.
that you guys
And
aren't
headphones.
on the episode is because this was a challenge that was thrown down on a previous podcast assembled, where the homies Kay and Lauren were present along with Ace and myself, and now Ace has made good on it. So
That I have. So,
For the record, I really just wanted to stir some shit.
yeah, well, tomorrow is our second Cosmere episode.
I'm
of
really
this
salty
podcast.
about it. So
And we're going to be talking about the incredible Mistborn, the Final Empire.
Hold on. Why are you salty about it if you haven't even finished the books?
Listen, I finished all of the Mistborn books.
He's a baby Cosmere not. And actually, he hasn't read The Lost Metal because it's going to spoil everything for him.
Yeah, so you haven't finished all of them.
Most of them, okay?
I mean, all right. I guess if you're
Elemental
cool with
Jack?
like for being like close.
11th Metal?
Oh yeah, have you finished Elemental Jack?
Shut up!
That was actually a really fun one.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, Oz, if you don't appreciate me at my Howard the Duck, then you don't deserve me at my Mistborn.
Oh.
I always accept you, Ace.
Thank you,
Oh,
Dylan.
fine.
Thank you.
It's like that.
I mean,
You know what? I know what it is. I understand now. I get it. I come on here because you know that people want to listen to us bicker like a married couple. I get it, but no, that's not how this works.
Just so you guys know, it's not a bit. They just do this.
That's true. They do this all the
That
time.
is
It's
very
not
true.
It's not a bit for the show. And speaking of the throwback, we have a rotation kind of set up here. And last time we did this series, Oz actually picked, and then did the review of Cool World. And after that,
I still don't know what I did to
after that, we all decided that we should have a truce. As a matter of fact, we actually decided it before that, and then there was just one like nuclear weapon that was still in the air, and then it fell on us. And so, yeah, this is the first in this series where we're not actively trying to harm each other.
yeah.
I don't actively try to harm anybody.
Well, Dylan, somebody's got to be like Switzerland, you know.
Oh no! Like if I wanted to, I just would.
That's true.
Yeah. Well,
But this
wouldn't
was
be a
my
try.
pick tonight, and we won't blue balls you anymore. We're going to be reviewing Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. What? Yeah. For all the mean ones out there.
And fun fact, before tonight, am the only person in this room who had seen this movie.
Yeah.
In its entirety.
And just to clarify, this is the 2004 original, not the 2024 musical, which is incredibly excellent, but it doesn't meet the criteria.
Did I tell you my brother watched that? Like he went and saw.
Did you like?
Oh, he loved it.
Yeah, I went to see it in theaters too. I also loved it. Yeah, it's as a matter of fact, I think it's better than the original. But
Wow.
I'll
I mean,
get
to be
stabbed.
perfectly honest,
That's actually-
I could see it working better as a musical.
Everybody I've heard that has seen the musical loves it more than the book. Not the book.
Yeah,
Yeah, OG.
Tina Fey actually wrote and directed it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and her and the principal reprised their roles.
Oh,
That's
Nice.
cool. Yeah, so,
That's cool.
that's no. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple other cool cameos too that I won't spoil in case you guys want to watch it. So.
I do want to watch that.
But we'll go around the table here, and I actually will start with the homie Dylan. Just your kind of brief overall thoughts on the movie.
So, I like the movie a lot. I already knew I was gonna like it though. Turns out I've probably seen a third of the movie in random snippets somehow. I don't know where I saw these because some of them were memes because it's a very memeable movie.
Yeah.
It is very moving.
But other parts of it was actual full scenes that I had just seen, and I was like, "Oh, this is about to happen." Oh shit, I was right. Why did I know that?
I will say though, it is very tropey. So
It is, but it wasn't a like, oh, this is good. Like the bus was a trope thing that I was like, ha, it's gonna happen. Oh shit, I was right. But like a chunk of the scenes I had legitimately seen, and then there was one scene that I'd seen a spoof movie of these types of movies that used the same scene almost, and that was the weather prediction scene.
And it's funny because when this movie came out, it kind of was that. Like, it kind of was a spoof of these type of movies.
Now this one was extra.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, yeah.
Not another teen movie.
I think that was actually it.
Probably.
no, because I believe
that came out before this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking which one? I don't know.
Ace, what you got?
What if this was making fun of that scene from that movie?
It might be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's no. Anyway,
Yeah, I gotta admit, this movie normally wouldn't be like my go-to.
Fair.
Like this is not the movie where like I would, but you know, let me watch Mean Girls today.
Instead, you watch Batman Ninja.
That actually tracks a whole lot more.
it actually does. Like, yeah.
Both of those words track way more with me. But I gotta admit, I thought this was actually pretty damn good. This was a snazzy movie. I enjoyed this way more than I anticipated. I didn't know what to make of it because I don't have a whole lot of relatability with teenage girl drama.
You can't relate with plastics?
Can't relate with plastics. But no, I was surprised at how well thought out this movie was overall, and they veered the line sometimes between like comedy and slapstick, but I thought they played it off well enough so that it never felt like it was unsuccessfly making fun of itself.
Will Ferrell try hard.
Yeah.
That brand.
I think the closest, in my opinion, to like going almost overboard was the literal shoe thrown scene. Like, it was funny, but at the same time, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that was way too random.
I think her mom veers into that category.
I think I already just started to just ignore that from my brain.
But that's kind of like every Amy Poehler role ever.
Yeah, like she's just known for that. Parks and Rec, you know.
You know, that slapstick element of the movie is oddly enough what drew me into it, because it didn't take itself super seriously, like most movies of this genre would have tried at the time. Well, not the genre, but of the topic would have tried at the time. You know. Yeah,
this came out like I think within a year of the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Yeah, it did, because me and the homie Brendan reviewed Daredevil last year to celebrate this 20th
anniversary. If I remember correctly, that was the first superhero movie we watched together, bro.
Was it?
In the theater.
What? It was Daredevil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that Evanescence soundtrack.
God, I blue balled the hell out of Brendan.
I remember. It's my favorite part of that whole episode. He plays the song right to the hook and then cuts
and then I cut it off.
You're such a jackass. I would have hated you too.
What about you, Oz? What you got?
I'm with Ace here. Like, definitely not a movie I would be like, hey, I want to sit down and watch this.
Which is why you haven't seen it.
Exactly.
I was the most surprised that you, out of everyone here, had not seen this, because in this era, you had seen everything.
That's a true statement. I actually remember working in the video store, listening to that god awful fucking trailer for 5 hours a day. You know, so yeah, like, no, I've seen enough of it. But honestly, it wasn't a horrible movie. And like you said, it had no issues making fun of itself, and it was aware of that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, the parts that I thought were a little too overboard to me were her, hallucinations of people going into, like, Animal Kingdom mode.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
They amped that shit all the way up in the musical.
I bet. I bet.
Like it's I feel like though it's a good representation, at least, of like the point she's trying to get across. Now, granted, it was a lot extra.
It was way too extra.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. This is a cult classic for me. As a matter of fact, it's weird that you were like, you know, that you said you enjoyed it also, because like the homie Joe, this is one of his favorite movies. And if you know Joe, you would not see that at all.
Not one bit.
This is like, you know, fucking what was it, Sin City? You guys did a review on.
Yeah, and Sin City's like the grittiest,
darkest.
Frank Miller.
He's like a huge Frank Miller fan and a huge Mean Girls fan.
I didn't know both those things could exist.
That would be an interesting crossover.
Well,
I don't think it would last long.
In Frank Miller's version, she definitely would have pushed her in front of the bus.
Oh, for sure.
100%. I'm having a ball.
Yeah. But no, this is a movie I've liked for a long time. I really love the musical. I'm probably going to watch it soon. And I can't watch the original without thinking about the musical now. So, yeah. But here we are.
Is it a musical like where they sing every line, or is it like a musical where they?
It's not a sing through.
Yeah, that's a sing through. So it is like it's a regular movie, and then they have songs like a Disney movie kind of.
See, I very much I hate sing throughs with a fucking passion.
We should do one for a podcast one day.
Rent
I actually
is
don't
fucking
hate
garbage. I'm
don't
throwing
think I've seen
myself
it.
out here for those listeners who love those types of movies. Rent is garbage. Just throwing that out.
Do you want to review Rent with me?
I thought the war was over.
Yeah.
You didn't keep your war going, but I don't think I hate sing throughs.
I do.
I don't know how many of them I've seen, because I've never really like broke up the distinction. But
I think of like theater plays or productions when I think about sing throughs.
so like Hamilton.
Yeah, like Hamilton or like
I love Hamilton.
Phantom of the Opera, wouldn't that
I haven't
count
seen
as
that one
one?
yet. It's on my list.
Yeah, well, something like Into the Woods is a musical, you know.
Yeah, but there's also acting.
What
dialogue.
Yeah.
What about Sweeney Todd?
That? Well, I've never seen the actual Broadway play, but the
I'm talking
the
about the
movie.
movie.
The movie is actually a musical because there's actually acting.
Okay.
Yeah, like if it's a sing through, they're in the song all the time.
All the time.
The whole
there's
thing
no
is the
breakup?
song.
There's no break.
And that tends to be really awful for me. I can't really focus on it. But
Have you ever tried Hamilton?
I have seen.
Out of curiosity, it's
I
not
have
like you're
seen
trying
the
to sell
stage
it.
play. There's not like a dramatized like movie of it.
No,
right?
it's just
a
that.
stage play.
It's just that.
Yeah, I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. But yeah. Yeah, but typically not my cup of tea.
Okay, I was just curious.
So, to me, the thing that is the most unbelievable about this movie is that Lindsay Lohan is not hotter than the other three girls in the plastics. Because she clearly is. And that's always been my problem with this movie is I'm just like, that's the most unbelievable thing about all of this.
I think they actually kind of say that in the movie at one point at least.
So, and again, I think this is where because of course I've like you said back in this time period, I've watched pretty much everything. The whole trope of the new girl to school is that they're not as ugly, but they can be turned into the pretty girl.
Yeah.
As I
And
said
so,
for-
I agree with you. She was always to me hotter than the rest of them. So
Yeah, she had the ponytail. She was missing the glasses.
exactly, she didn't have the glasses.
So, it's not the new to school. Well, sort of new to school. I think she technically is getting into high school for it. But when we were first sat down for it, I brought up the movie / musical Heathers.
Okay.
I don't know if either of you have seen or heard either of those. I do love that one. I believe it is technically a sing through. The play is not the movie, and it's another one of those where the movie's okay, but the play is lovely in my opinion. And it mirrors a lot of this actually, which I mean, same sort of message, a lot more explosions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this came out 2 years after The New Guy, and there's obviously some inspiration.
Oh my
from that.
God!
See,
Yes.
that is crazy, right? Because and then maybe it's just marketing, or maybe it's just I don't know. But the new guy comes out, and yeah, I watched it, and I think the new guy is even dumber than this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way dumber than this.
But
I remember watching it repeatedly.
same. Yeah. Whereas Mean Girls, I was aware of its existence, but it just never.
Ooh, is that our dick privilege or something?
Well, I don't think it's that. It's the same with generally speaking, a group of young boys are going to gravitate towards the G.I. Joes more than they would the Barbies.
Well, society's going to push you towards it. So
Well, not even that. It's just not even society. You can just. That's what you're drawn to sometimes.
Well, I'm saying I think society does that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
that's
definitely a society imposed gender role type thing.
it is.
It's a subconscious one, but it is.
I mean, it could be, but even still, wouldn't as we got older evolve and kind of do what you want, right? That'd be like saying
wish
that,
I could agree with that.
that would be like for example, comic books. They're not made specifically for any one gender, but one gender typically buys comic books.
I think the fans of scare away a chunk of the other gender.
Well,
that's gatekeeping.
On that same note, though, I mean, I think that goes deeper than that because I think that because of that perception, comic books are written towards a male audience more often than not. I mean, maybe not today, but it's definitely when we were kids. I mean,
I feel
that
like this
kind
is
of
the
era.
right month for this.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, it's Pride Month, damn it. That's
Yeah.
right. So, yeah, this is a
And
great
also,
time.
the Rainbow Board.
Men's Mental Health Month. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
We've also tied we've gone full circle and tied this back into comics somehow. So,
Oh, that's what we do.
that's what we do. I mean,
right, we're surrounded.
That's what you guys do.
So,
That's what we do.
I own one comic book,
See?
I own a few.
and that's because of the artist.
So, not to rabbit hole us even further here, but it's
Yeah.
really funny because a friend of mine, who is a girl, and she was like, today she was talking about that she went to her comic book store and dug through all the boxes trying to find this specific X-Men run.
Right.
And then she's like, because I was like, are you collecting them? And she was like, well, yeah, also that, but I really just need to know what the fuck happens. And I was like, Well, like they have like Marvel Unlimited. I was like, I can't do the digital thing, but if that doesn't bother you, she was like, Marvel what? she had no idea it existed. I was like,
shit,
yeah, you could just go on there and read like every comic book. And she was like, are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I mean, I actually did know that.
Yeah, it's like $10, and like literally you just get an app, and you can.
You have that?
I used to.
There's just an app, and you can read every. He doesn't need it. Look,
He does. I mean, he's already spent thousands of dollars on his omnibuses.
There's a stack of floppies right there. There's no telling what the fuck that is.
Is it omnibuses or omnibuy?
That's an ongoing debate, and we should just leave it at that.
Or is it just omnisages?
I hate it, but omnibuses is the current.
It's like, that bitch got hit by an omnibus. Oh man.
Also, it is interesting to note like your earlier points where like you guys were like Lindsay Lohan is the hottest of like the four main girls, but it's like today I think Rachel McAdams is probably
Amanda Seyfried for sure.
I haven't seen her recently, so I couldn't.
Like I said, my introduction to her was Ted 2, so...
I still haven't seen that.
My introduction to her was actually in a fucking incredible movie with Justin Timberlake in it called In Time. If you haven't seen that.
That's such a good movie.
That's such a great, like, movie that I feel like no one has seen.
I agree. Like, it is really good. So,
See, look at these blank expressions.
Yeah, I'm aware of the movie. But
so the whole premise is, like, society has stopped using money, but they're using their life
Oh,
as
I've seen
currency.
snippets of that.
Yeah.
And it's like they
cool.
actually don't age past 25, but they work every day and get life added to their clock, and it's fucking insane.
Doesn't a dude like get a shit ton of time?
Oh yeah, like he some rich jackass walks in, and then gives him like I want to say it's like a century of time.
I'll be honest. If somebody did that shit to me, I'd just become a recluse. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
That is exactly the opposite of what Justin Timberlake did.
I'm also not like a go out and do shit person. I just be like, cool, I've got a fuck ton of money, and I can live for a century. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep working. Just get like a maybe a better job because I think he hated his job.
But see, that was the thing. Like, he was actually in the lower class, so like he was barely making it to like payday. Like
the
can't relate. Totally.
I don't know, like that.
No, it's still her. She's still.
Oh, so that's who that is. Okay.
Yeah, she's the hottest now.
Yeah,
it definitely ain't Lindsay because it definitely ain't.
Well, yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is. That it is.
I'm gonna be honest with everybody. If you ever say a actor or actress's name to me, I will not know who you're talking
We'll
about.
just go ahead and pull up the picture for
Yes.
you. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
So
it still might not work then, but you'll have a better chance.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, was there anybody? So, for those of you who haven't seen this movie and are somehow 28 minutes into a review of it, this movie is about a girl from Africa who's homeschooled, and her parents get a job in the United States, and she moves here and goes to public school. And if you haven't figured it out by now, Lindsay Lohan plays the main character.
Full spoilers, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, we are going to go full spoilers if you didn't already catch that bus bit earlier.
I don't know how you'd be able to review this one without going full spoilers.
You're right.
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
We'd be done.
Yeah, we'd be done. We're like, well, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And she ends up at this high school that's very cliquey, and she ends up in the plastics, which is basically the popular bitchy girls at the school, and hence the name Mean Girls. Was there anybody in the cast that stood out to you guys as like they did just a really good job, or like they were terrible?
Whoever did the
Karen.
That one. The no lights behind the eyes.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
lovely job.
She did a good job playing a really dumb person.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Karen Smith. Yeah, she was pretty far down on the list. Yeah, I think that this might be some of her best acting. not to say anything bad about her. Like, she just played the character super well. And the way that character is done in the musical is pretty fucking incredible too. They do take out the whole her boobs tell the weather thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I'm okay with that.
Wait. I could be okay with it, depending on what you mean by they take it out.
We should just watch it sometime.
I'd be down with that.
And-
Is it? This might just say something about me specifically, but every time I saw her in a scene where she started to like space the fuck out, I expected her to just murder somebody.
That was definitely a you thing, but
I'm just like, oh, she's got the no lights behind the eyes. She's probably gonna kill somebody next,
She does look like she could kill a motherfucker. I will.
and just be like, hee
very nifty.
maybe that's what I don't know.
I always loved the principal in this movie.
Yeah, Tim Robbins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did a great job in this.
Yeah. He's typically a pretty funny guy. Did
And
they
it's always
explain-
very dry humor, and it's so great that his delivery is. Yeah.
Did they explain why his hand was broken?
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah, carpal tunnel.
Oh, okay.
He
Was
says it at
his
the beginning.
was that an injury outside of it that they just played off, or did his character just have that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think, and I guess maybe this is just me. I think maybe it was him alluding to over masturbating.
I feel like
he
that's
was kind of horny.
Yeah,
I feel like that
he
might
was
be a
definitely
wild stretch, but I did not.
no, like
Probably
he,
major.
He was.
God damn.
I'm just saying he was hitting on Tina Fey's character pretty hardcore at the very beginning.
What?
What, at the beginning, the whole time.
I'm just saying.
I typically am not a huge fan of Tina Fey's acting, but I love her in this role.
Because she actually is not trying to be funny.
That's the teacher,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What else is she in?
What's the name of that?
I mean,
show?
she's on SNL for forever.
I haven't seen it.
What's that show with Alec Baldwin and Tracy Morgan, Tina Fey?
30 Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a writer on that too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Mulaney was also a writer on that.
Oh,
That's where you guys start.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, random tidbit of information.
Oh. The more you know.
Yeah, but Tina Fey's been in like a billion things.
She really has.
Her and Amy Poehler, who was also in this movie, they were in the movie together.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see.
Amy Poehler was like more known for her role in Parks and Rec. Though.
Yeah.
But Tina Fey actually she wrote and directed the musical version, and it's really good. Like I'm usually a fan of things that she writes in, way more than like her actual acting. But I actually thought that her acting in this was great. I love her character.
Yeah, I thought so too. Like, I never really minded her in anything, but yeah, I think that this kind of supporting role where she's more or less playing it straight worked for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, this is just that Will Ferrell complex that always gets me. It's like I hate when people try too hard to be funny, and I hate Will Ferrell for that reason.
Yeah, he
think-
tries so hard.
I think I'm okay with watching his movies for the same way and reasons that I'm okay with whenever I don't do it as much anymore, but I used to, late at night, I would just turn on sci-fi because I know there was just a shitty movie playing. And it's
Put
that
you to
kind.
sleep.
No, I can't go to sleep with that. Doesn't work.
Just something mindless on the TV.
Yeah, I just want to turn my brain off, watch some dumb shit, and be like, ha.
I understand that.
But I'm not going to be like, hey, you need to go watch this after that.
Don't go watch Lake Placid Crocodile versus.
There was one that it's Boogeyman 2011 or some bullshit. I don't know.
They kept making them.
Probably.
Well, this is
Well, it's
one
sci-fi,
about.
so they probably grabbed up any
it's
rights
not.
they could.
It's not a Boogeyman one. It's just called Boogeyman. It's about like Cain and Abel.
Have you seen Velocipaster?
Velocipaster.
No, I haven't yet.
I don't mean to rabbit hole us, but I'm about to. Do you guys remember like that episode of Powerpuff Girls where they had to fight the Boogeyman? And he was like a 70s disco monster who liked
Yes.
the boogie.
I do remember the Boogeyman.
Vaguely, I do.
That was great.
Did you know that they tried to make a live action?
And we don't need to talk about it. That shit was
Sorry, what?
Yeah, and it basically
I did not know this. I don't ever need to know this again.
CW.
They basically did
I'm asking.
pretty much what Marvel's doing with Blade right now. It's like this should have been a really easy thing, and like they just, I guess just miraculously, continuously fucked it up until it just didn't exist.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, it was so bad that
There's gotta be
that
images.
CW. There are.
CW wouldn't put it out.
Yeah.
CW wouldn't put it out. Let me say that again. CW wouldn't put it out,
God,
and they made more than one season of The Flash.
Oh, that looks terrible.
It looked awful.
I'm not going to get into this argument with
You're
you.
gonna say it wasn't?
Oh, you talking about the Flash?
Yeah, I
Oh.
hate season 2 of the Flash.
I thought the first 2 seasons were good.
I thought he was talking
Exactly.
about this, and I was be like, that doesn't look awful.
Yeah, no,
That doesn't look awful?
Yeah, that
looks horrible. That is like
that's got to be something different.
Yeah, that's not even it.
Yeah, that's not even.
it's as if they took the Powerpuff Girls logo and then fused it with the Three Ninjas.
Oh, but is
And it became a
that
90s
thing?
live action movie.
I don't know. Hold on.
Let me see it.
Yeah, it was really bad.
No, thankfully, that's not it either.
Oh, this looks pretty bad.
None of those look good.
But on a more positive note about the Powerpuff Girls, MomoCon,
this was the
I did
CW
see.
one, of course.
That's
okay.
the one.
Yeah, this was the CW one. Yeah, I was about to say, the cast has to be just attractive, but in a super general sense.
And I gotta know, are those supposed to be grade school people?
Yeah, they're clearly 8.
Clearly.
Look at them. They got fingers and shit.
But there was a really good professor. What is it, Professor?
Fuck, what was his name?
It was-
Professor.
No, it wasn't Professor X.
Talking about a Powerpuff Girl?
Yeah.
His name is just Professor.
Is it just Professor?
They just call him Professor.
I don't remember what it is.
But there was a really good cosplay of him at MomoCon.
There was. Hold up. I got a picture.
You got a picture of him? That's awesome.
Did they have a Mojo Jojo?
You'll
Yes,
see in
they
a second.
did.
Why'd you tell him?
That's
It was
amazing.
going to be a surprise. So, it's all right, right?
Oh, nice.
Did y'all know that the
That's
origin
dope.
of that was actually that's incredible. That really is incredible. The origin of that is actually a Dexter's Lab episode.
Is it?
There's actually there's a Dexter's Lab episode where they some of the episodes he has the monkey in his thing. So and so sometimes you would think you're going to get a Dexter's Lab episode, and instead you get an M for Monkey episode.
Right.
Well, there's an M for Monkey episode where he fights Mojo Jojo, and that's actually the origin for Mojo Jojo.
I don't remember that.
I feel
at
like
all.
I vaguely
That's-
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay out of his
So
motherfucking
Mean Girls.
laboratory, dog.
Yeah.
So speaking of stuff from the early 2000s,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
a lot younger than you guys were at that time.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan.
I am very glad that this had the intended effect, because when we started this, I was like, well, in an hour and a half, we're gonna see if you guys really like this, or you're like, we thought the war was over.
So
I don't think the war is over. I just don't think this was
I think you're the only one still trying to fucking shoot off missiles.
Honestly, I think it was a very good, buffer between
A palate cleanser.
a palate cleanser. There we go.
Because I really
Does he-
love this movie, so
I'm sorry. Does it sound like he's still trying to fight over there?
I think he kind of is, but he's also not going to be on the next one of these, so we're not going to worry about it.
It's true. It's
Is
yeah.
Dylan picking next? Is that?
Dylan
I think I'm
is-
being forced to pick next.
Unless you don't want to.
I'm not sure what the fuck I'm gonna pick. I have to pick some
If you don't
off
pick,
the
that
wall
means
mine.
Brendan's picking.
I think Brendan should pick after him, and then you.
All right.
I'm back home for your episode.
Actually, you're back on for Brendan's episode.
Why?
I'll be off.
No.
Yeah, I thought about
sir.
this because Caleb,
No, sir.
Caleb gave me the rundown for the rotation since there's 5 of us, and I was doing the math, and I was like, Caleb won't be here for Brendan's episode.
I didn't know who was picking in what order, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you should actually pick after Dylan, and then Brendan should
Then
pick.
Brendan.
And then that would mean that I'm actually going to be off for your episode, and Dylan would actually be off for Brendan's episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
Because it's a delayed rotation, right? So you pick,
Yeah.
and then you're here for the next one. Because if you pick some fuck shit, then you have to suffer.
Yeah.
And then you rotate off.
Now here's the other issue though, because at this point we've all been picking very us movies, right?
Whoa. Cool World is not a me movie.
You picked
seems
it.
like
You
you
were
picked it.
very excited
By
about it.
definition, it is a you movie because you picked it.
I picked it as payback.
You could have
against YouTube.
You had
That
hundreds
is
of
what I did.
thousands of films you could have picked.
That's true.
You know, a fuck ton of movies.
I do.
But also, I've been deemed as the anime nerdy part of the group, so I've got to pick something at least aimed sort of towards me that you guys might not have seen.
You don't have to.
No,
That's true, but
You don't have to, yeah. You can pick whatever you want.
Yeah.
As long as it meets the very, very broad criteria.
I think that might be part of my issue is that it's too broad of a criteria.
I mean, it's got to be 20 years old, 30 years if it's a major franchise. And that's it, right? I mean,
I think it's it.
That's
yeah.
that's pretty
yeah,
much it.
and not hentai.
Yeah, please. I can't.
Obviously.
I don't think I can review that.
I mean, I'll watch it with you.
If that's the case, I got one, but no.
I don't think I want to sit in the room and watch that with you guys.
I'll watch it with you. I just can't review it.
A very weird bit of time.
Yeah, those things. All porn in general seems to be light on the plot, and so that it's not a whole lot for me to talk about. But you are kind of the wild card, Dylan, just because I
feel like part of the reason why I'm having this is because like I could either be funny and just pick like a normal whatever the fuck movie, but it's kind of expected for me to pick something interesting. So I'm like, well, what would I pick if it was something interesting? And then my brain just goes, wah.
Well, my mentality with this is like, I wanted to pick a good movie that I knew you guys had not seen.
right.
So that was kind of like how I approached it. You can approach it however you want. But if your approach is death, there will be vengeance.
Whenever you said that, actually, the first thing that, like, a good movie that I might not have seen, the first thing that comes to mind is a movie I don't think people would enjoy watching, which was The Greatest Game Ever Played.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's a golf movie. I like it a lot. I don't know why I like it a lot, but I like it a lot.
It is a good movie.
Is it the Shia LaBeouf movie?
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of like I like a fuck ton of like baseball movies and stuff. So
Some of those are good.
I actually love sports movies.
although like I mean shit, I love Moneyball, but that's not a baseball movie. It's a math movie.
That's
But,
true. I ain't good at neither.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna pick next. Yeah,
This is a math movie. Kind
this
of.
is somewhat of a movie.
I don't know.
It was enough math for me to be like,
It was way too much math. Like it was like what
we had
the
like
fuck?
4 problems.
Exactly.
But those problems were like,
ridiculous.
I
I
feel
think
like
that's part of the joke, though, right?
I feel like that is part of the joke, but also I feel like if those problems weren't in word format, it wouldn't have been quite as hard.
Because I would have zoned out even more instead of trying to follow along.
The one that was on the board at the end was hard as fuck. I didn't know what that is.
No. Apparently it doesn't exist.
Yeah, apparently,
It was a trick question, which is a good idea for a thing like that.
Yeah.
has
Because
no limits.
A person would just. It's also partly why I have terrible test taking skills, because I'll be like, I'll overthink everything.
I had terrible test taking skills because I just never prepared. Actually, my skills were on point. My answers were always wrong, though.
See, I did the opposite in school. Is like I was too lazy to do the homework. I was too busy playing video games and shit.
Right.
So I would fuck all that up and then get like 100 on the test.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn. I wish I had that kind of luck.
Yeah,
I just did okay
I
on
was
the-
very much the procrastinator. Like I would do the homework either right before I left the class or right before I walked into the class. And same thing with any tests. Like I would cram literally hours before I got.
I would do that minus the cramming part, right?
Oh,
But my problem was I was this kid. I was the night before the project is due, knocking on my mom's bedroom door.
oh no,
That shit never worked out well for me.
no, dog.
It's like, oh yeah, hey, listen, I
Yeah,
really got to do
forgot.
this.
Yeah, I would do a slide. Hey, man, you got some glue I can borrow? What you need glue for? I'm doing a project that's due.
See, I never had to study. Like I knew the stuff, but I didn't want to do the work. So
I didn't have to study too hard for a lot of stuff. I've always had issues with English in general.
Same.
But
But you picked out Mandarin in this movie real easy.
I can hear languages and be like, "That's that." But granted, I don't know if we confirmed that's Mandarin though. It just sounds like it. But I feel like I would have done a lot better in school if, one, I knew I had ADHD, and two, my parents didn't not tell me that shit and also help me through it. I feel like that would have helped me through a whole lot of shit, but I didn't really study, didn't really have to for most of it. Then I went up to the tests and just like, again, brain just went, wah.
Question: did they ever say what country in Africa
Fuck no.
Katie is from? Okay.
No, just Africa.
She was
She's
from
from
Africa,
Africa.
and she could speak African.
It's not like it's that big.
I think I want to say, and I'm trying not to spoil things for the musical here. I want to say in the musical that they clarify that she's from South Africa, which is a country.
Yeah. And it makes more because if she said like fucking Kenya or
Maybe it actually is Kenya. Let me see.
You know what's wild though? I actually knew somebody when I was in high school who lived for a short time in South Africa. He was also a ginger.
Well, yeah, I mean, South Africa is like almost entirely white people.
Yeah, but it's also weird that he was also a ginger though.
Yeah, that's,
like
it's just odd
I
correlation.
feel like it's very sunny over there, and that's sun and the gingers don't mix.
Me and the ginger, fuck.
You and the ginger.
You and the gingers don't mix. Oh man,
Me and the sun don't mix.
No, say what you mean,
Say
Dylan.
what
This
you
is a safe
mean.
place.
Well,
Same
if I
place.
say what I mean,
remember,
me and people
Men's
don't
Mental
mix.
Health Month.
That's right.
Me and people don't mix. I don't like people.
Okay.
so yeah, I think they intentionally leave it like
Vague?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that shit was funny. I mean, because at first I was like, oh, well, they'll probably drop the details sometime later on. But then they just keep going back to the African whale.
Yeah. There's a lot of jokes in this movie that would get them fucking canceled today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's not quite Tropic Thunder risque, but yeah, they've got some stuff.
I've still not seen that.
It's amazing.
You could pick it.
And to be perfectly honest,
No, he couldn't.
Oh, it's not old enough.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
and I've seen so many videos of like people of color being like, if we had to choose one white dude to do that, Robert Downey Jr.'s it.
Yeah, and he killed it.
I'm a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
That's true. Yeah, I mean he did nail it. Tropic Thunder is what, 2008?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I've been meaning to watch
It's
it.
like-
So 4 years from now you can pick it.
Are we still going to be doing this?
I don't know. It's up to you guys. We'll see.
We gonna see.
We gonna
We'll
see.
see.
We all live in different areas now. We just fucking fly back
Yeah, we'll fly back for the podcast.
to this one room.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like Ace just has it on rent. Like he doesn't live here.
I don't even live here no more.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
just-
coming in
he
for the
just-
He owns.
I'm not moving these
FedEx
books.
Ground.
Yeah, everything else will be cleared out. It's just this room will be untouched.
That actually made me sad a little bit just thinking about that. Like, oh, not everybody's going to live in the same place anymore. Anyway,
I mean,
This area sucks.
the three of us have made it like 30 years, so
That's
I think
fair.
it'll be
That's
okay.
true.
I technically made it 30 years, just not the same way you said.
We didn't
I
know
don't think
you,
it's
yeah.
30.
I've lived in this area all of my life except for the bit you know about. So
Yeah.
I'm saying this. I did move away, but I came back.
Yeah, he came back.
Same.
And even when he moved, like we didn't let him move too far.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then like I fucking came back here all the time. So
Yeah, like every other Sunday.
pretty much.
I'm from Florida, so
You want to admit that out? You want me to edit that part out of the podcast?
no, you can leave it.
Okay.
In. It'll scare some of them.
Florida style, all gas, no brakes.
Shout out to the homies in Florida. You know I love y'all.
Yeah, especially Florida man. Don't kill us.
Also, stop fucking playing with bath salts.
I was going to say that. Like, no eating faces, man. No eating faces.
I didn't say that.
So,
I did.
so speaking of bath salts, Tina Fey's character in this movie might sell them.
Good
Nice
pullback.
segue. Nice
Thank you.
segue.
Thank you.
I mean, she is a drug pusher.
She's a drug pusher. Yeah.
drug
yeah.
So I got to know my next question for you guys. What did you guys think about the burn book? Because that's obviously like a huge like I think that's one of the probably the biggest like takeaways from the movie. I mean, it's on the cover of the Blu-ray. So.
Yeah. I don't understand the question. I'm gonna be honest.
What did you think about it? Like the stuff that they wrote in it. Like, because to me, it's incredibly like juvenile as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's some shit that would have actually worked in high school.
I was gonna say like its effectiveness was incredible.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I definitely could see that. Yeah. I mean, juvenile is the main thing I have from it.
Of course, yeah.
But my high school might have had some shit like that. But my high school also really wasn't quite as cliquey as this one was.
Ours was.
My high school was also a lot of rednecks.
Yeah, I mean, we had
that too.
Ours was very clicky, but
So we had the actual rednecks, then we had the goth necks, then we had
we had
the
the
preppy
preps.
the preppy rednecks.
Yep. Them.
and that one's all that's
Yeah.
honestly the worst.
No, there was just a shit ton of rednecks. There was like 4 preppy people at my school. I knew the 2 goths.
Probably had way more than 2, yeah.
Believe it or not, I was friends with many cliques. Can't imagine why.
Because you blend.
Yeah. It was so redneck that one day, because most people ate lunch in the courtyard, which was right next to the lunchroom. I had a dip can full of dirt hit my knee that was flung from who knows where the fuck. And that was just a normal thing. I was just like, damn it. All right, that hurt.
You ever get hit with the shoe?
No. But I did have a yellow jacket fly down my shirt one time.
Oh.
That hurt.
I was one of the goths for a little while.
I remember
I
that.
can see that. Mm-hmm. I had trip pants.
Yeah, I owned like 5 pairs.
I had just the one pair that I pretty much lived in. Yep. So. Definitely.
I ain't had none of that.
No, like
I just didn't like how it hit my knees.
He just likes to bite people.
Okay, all right.
Why are you biting people?
He kept stealing my food during lunch every day. It was an everyday thing, and
What
then
variant of biting happened?
okay, can I tell my side of the story?
Can you answer the question?
I warned him beforehand.
He really did.
Oh, so this the whole way. I'm more on your side than his. Just so you know, and it's just inching further.
And then he reaches over anyway, grabs my fry, and I told him beforehand, if you grab my food again, I'm gonna bite you.
Was it like a good fry?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Honestly,
It
our
wasn't-
high school had some pretty dope ass fries.
yeah.
My high school had shit food.
They were like, we had like the crinkle cut fries.
Oh
Actually.
shit. Okay.
And he reached over, grabbed some of my fries.
No, it was one. At this particular point, it was only one.
Okay, Oz.
Because I know how much I like to push your buttons, and I knew it was...
collectively speaking,
There was a lot.
Yeah. And I bit him.
He did.
I would have been a liar if I didn't.
I was bit once in school.
Did you deserve it?
Not to the extent that I was bit.
Same.
Oh,
No, you did.
To be bitten, just not to that degree.
Yeah. My finger got infected from it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no,
I'm mildly infected, but I was holding somebody's pen. And they were like, "Give me Sharpie," and they're like, "Give me the Sharpie." And we were just all like on the bus or whatever, and it was a friend of mine. And I was like, "No," and they're like, "I'll bite you." I was like, "I don't fucking care," and then they did. And then after a little bit, I was like, "All right, that's really starting to hurt. Fine, you can have your Sharpie."
I mean, the human mouth is a pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
true.
Didn't even scar though. It was one of my index fingers. I don't know which one.
Yeah, well, no one got bit in this movie.
They did get hit by a bus.
Sometimes with those animal scenes, somebody got bit. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair. That's
yeah.
fair. There's a
That's
lot
true.
of, lion, gazelle moments.
How did you guys feel about Katie, our main character here?
You mean Caddy?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Her
call
name
you,
drove me nuts.
I'm going to call you
A
Caddy.
little bit.
Like, I can't,
bit.
it's
It drove you nuts that they kept mispronouncing it, or just that it's spelled that way?
it's some personal stuff for me of a certain person that was no longer in my life, and it drove me nuts every time they said it.
You know what name irritated me the most? The principal's sibling's kid.
Anthony?
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah, we
That
actually...
was a great joke, though.
We missed like a whole solid minute after that because we were all fucking dying laughing.
Yeah. The Anthony
What
bit was
was
great.
it?
That was good.
He gets mad at me anytime I call him Anthony. Almost as mad as I get whenever I think with the fact that my sister named her son Anthony.
Anthony.
So you just did it.
I also couldn't fucking breathe.
Shit.
I don't know how he said that line straight faced.
How did you guys feel about Katie becoming very quick bosom buddies with what's his doodle and what's his face?
The goth and
The plastics?
And
No.
Oh, you talking about
No.
Janice and...
Yeah.
Well, no, see, because, I was definitely, that happened to me when I came back to Thompson, like when I came back to high school.
Oh, you were just like this innocent little.
Like, I was very, like, I still was in Gibson mode, wearing pants that fit me way too well. Actually, were a little too tight. And so I just kind of started hanging out with the one person I saw who had other friends. Like, yeah, so, like, I understand that part.
Well,
this was a little bit different though, right?
Not really.
well, the thing about it is, like, Janice and Damien actually were just using her. I mean, like there may have been some genuine like friendship or whatever, but I mean they were kind of being dicks to her at the beginning.
That's true.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll show you to the thing. We're your friends." And then they end up skipping class, knowing that that's not what she wanted to do. And then we don't know how it would have turned out if the Plastics hadn't approached her, but I mean, every moment after that, like Janice especially was just using her to get what she wanted.
That is true.
That's what everybody.
That's never really addressed though.
Ever.
That's because it's been forgiven. And because she also slighted her back,
Well,
so like it was worse.
They address it a little bit in their fight, right? Because she's like, "You made me into this."
But that was after the Plastics part, not before. The initial shittery is never addressed.
No, because I mean, she's just naive at that point. Yeah. She just skipped class to hang out with them.
Fucking with her, and like they sort of gave her like actual tips, but they just did it in a shitty way.
Yeah,
in a snarky way, I should say.
Yeah,
because it was like, hey, so and so's boyfriend sits there. You're not gonna want to sit there. Schwimp. That dude farts a lot. Move one chair back. Like you're not gonna smell that shit.
Right. The potency on those things, that's gonna make all the difference, right? Because like a noisy one is funny, but man, a smelly one that's offensive,
To the face.
Yeah. What would aggravate you guys more? Because you got me thinking about this. Katie and like everything about her name, or like the names that we get today, like Ashley, that's spelled with like way too many letters at the end. Or like
they spelled with a double E at the end.
Yeah,
or
ASHLEIGH.
Yeah, and all the flavors of Caden and Raiden and Jaden.
I'll say this.
I apologize on behalf of the white delegation.
Yeah.
For all of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Mine's quick. So I can't really say to that per se, but I will say it irritates the piss out of me that most people don't spell my name right.
They spelled it wrong at the fucking Zaxby's today.
Yeah.
How do they spell your name?
Dillon.
That's more like a last name
That's
though.
Dillon.
Yeah, because like Steve Dillon is he passed away, I believe. He was a comic book artist, tremendous, but I always think of Dillon like that as a last name. Like even in Predator, Dutch, Dillon, those are last names.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But now granted, the way my parents spelled my name could be a weird way, but I mean I've been dealing with that shit my whole life, so
Oh shit, your name is spelled like Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Like Dylon.
Yep, that too.
I also spit hot
5 greatest rappers of all time.
Yep.
Dylon.
I used to say that all the time when I was working in the kitchen because I would say that shit to me, so I just started saying it back.
You know,
didn't know who the fuck that
interestingly
person
enough,
was, but
every Dylan that I know personally, their name is spelled like yours.
and they're worse than me.
That
That was a statement, not a question.
Oh.
All right, sure.
All right, nothing to think about. Shit. Yeah. This movie really did take me back to high school and had me thinking about the same way Euphoria did, where I was like, my high school was not this lit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Euphoria. They put on a high school play that clearly cost like $10 million.
All right. When did y'all rehearse for this?
Speaking of play, like putting on a play thing, that one dude's dead.
Oh yeah, dude, we see him again, right?
I don't know.
The guy who gets hit with the stereo.
Do we see him again?
Oh, yeah. He shows up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, granted,
'cause
somebody got hit with a bus and they showed
He
back
sets
up.
a party that Katie throws
That's right.
later on.
Yeah.
She could not have accidentally bumped that. She kicked the fuck out of that thing on him.
Oh yeah, she kicked him right in. Like, you know what? Yeah.
That is an idiot mistake to make, though. So I believe it was. I mean, it was definitely not intentional, but
She kicked the shit out of that right into his face.
Yeah. This is during the for those of you who maybe haven't seen this movie in a while. This is during the performance on stage. What's the name of the song they were doing?
Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah, I almost said Santa Baby. That's wrong song.
I mean, I could see them doing the dance to Santa Baby, but
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of tired of hearing Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah.
That shit.
Well, I'm gonna let you know now that in the musical they do the bit. So
I almost said I said, what about Rocking Around the Christmas Tree?
I hear it less.
Isn't that the same song?
I don't even know.
No.
It's not.
It's not.
Rocking Around.
Similar,
Okay,
but I
it's
think
not.
it's not.
All these Christmas songs started to blend together for me after a while.
As long as it's not the god awful Mariah Carey one, I'm good.
All I want
God,
for Christmas
yeah.
is you.
Well, you ain't getting
so
it.
awful.
Like, it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't every year.
Hey, dog, and every year she
At least it's only once a year.
she tops the charts. I can't blame her.
It's all she got, bro. That's all she let her have it. You know.
I mean, I guess
Once a
that's
year,
fair.
they like unthaw her from her cryo sleep. They're like, Thanksgiving is done.
You know what you must do.
What do you mean Thanksgiving? They started putting that shit on before that now.
Yo, she's like the winter soldier. She just unthaws whenever they need her.
Yeah. They just go in there and read off the keywords.
Right. Nick Cannon. Eminem.
Oh, they ain't trying to read her body count off. they got to start now. Not that I'm shaming. I'm just saying they have to start now.
God damn. Fuck.
How much of this is we talked about the movie?
That's a
More
fair
than
point.
usual.
I said about on average.
Yeah, I was going to say more than
we
Captain
sure?
America, less than Dune.
I wasn't in one of those.
Yeah.
And depending on which Dune, I wasn't in that one either.
Yeah, I don't know. You didn't watch. You were only in the good Dune, right? Like only the second
Well,
part.
it also
two?
helps that I had seen the original, so like.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, you missed the Captain America spectacle. I tell you what, July's coming up again, Dylan. We'll do it again.
At this point, you just
Pass.
tell me, like, "Hey, Dylan, come watch this thing." I'll be like, "All right."
Yeah, the '90s
Is
Captain
it an
America.
anime? No. What?
The '90s Captain America is warfare. Like,
I've seen the.
It is.
the
and
picture
I
of
will
the
never
suit.
sit through it again.
yeah, that is a horrific experience like no other. I do want to talk about Rachel McAdams. The Regina George character is pretty iconic. I mean, it's probably her most famous role. I mean, I wouldn't even consider her MCU role to be more famous than the Regina George one, even though it's probably been in front of more faces.
I still don't know what it is about her face in this movie.
Are you looking to see who she plays in the MCU?
Mm-mm.
I'm curious of that.
Doctor Strange's girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The original night nurse for all you comic book nerds out there.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what it is about her face, and it's something with like her eyebrows
Honestly,
or something.
I actually dare challenge that with The Notebook.
She was in the Notebook.
She's the main character. In
I haven't
She's the
seen
main
the
character in The
Notebook.
Notebook.
If I haven't seen Mean Girls, how much do you think I've seen
Yeah,
Notebook?
the Notebook is far more niche than either one of these movies.
I mean, it's one of the most like referenced romance movies, man.
There is a Notebook in this.
It's a chick flick.
No one has ever referenced the
100%.
Notebook to me. I don't think.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know about the movie, and granted, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a very famous movie, but
I'm vaguely
I mean,
aware of it.
is it famous because of her though? I mean,
No, I didn't say it was famous because of her, but is Mean Girls famous because of her?
No, but Regina George is like an iconic character. I think.
I'm not saying that she's
Yeah.
not.
And I can see her definitely being like a pretty iconic antagonist of sorts.
Yeah, I mean,
She did a very good job as an antagonist, though.
because I mean, this was made into a Broadway musical, and then into another movie. So, and fun fact: Renee Rapp actually was called in because the person who was playing her on Broadway got sick or injured or something and like couldn't do it, and then so they called her in to do it, and then she ended up playing her in the new movie. So. So she actually played Regina
Damn.
George on Broadway and in the new film.
Oh hell yeah,
That's cool.
So Rachel
fucking
McAdams
come
is
up.
a little old for it now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all the cast is now. They're all like
Yeah,
40.
yeah, but I loved her in this movie originally. Like I remember watching this in like 2004 and being like, that bitch.
Oh, you know what? For the musical, they should have pulled a Wet Hot American Summer and just got the original cast anyway.
And just everybody acts. Yeah.
Jack's like normal.
Yeah, you had 48-year-old Paul Rudd still being good.
Oh my
Well, he
god.
still looks like he's fucking a teenager.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that would have been great.
So actually, So the chick that plays Gretchen, I don't know that I've ever seen her in anything else. I'm actually looking to see what else she's in.
Yeah, I couldn't.
On her IMDb, her known for Mean Girls is the first thing that pops up.
Yeah.
Apparently, she was in the 98 Lost in Space movie.
Oh,
She was. She was the middle sister.
Yeah, she's also in Not Another Teen Movie,
is she really?
Wait.
which did predate this. This came
Yeah.
out after that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, apparently she's in Christmas movies now. Oh shit! She plays Supergirl in the Harley Quinn animated show. She's that voice for Supergirl.
Oh shit!
But like everything else that she's in is like fucking D-list TV Christmas movies.
Hallmark
some
shit.
Hallmark, yeah.
Yeah.
Hallmark shit, yep.
Jesus Christ.
Those are cute, but I can't ever watch them.
No,
She
dude.
was in Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis video game.
All right, dog, you can stop. You can put the phone down.
Yeah, put it down.
I was using that to know what names you were talking about.
And by the way, Dylan, saying that Hallmark movies are cute, or that's like saying that Tyler Perry movies are entertaining. Like it's the same shit, dog, just repurposed.
Yeah, I know.
Her.
I'm just making sure that someone's gonna be like, Dylan, you don't like her. I'm like, yeah, they're okay. Shut up.
I was watching something the other day that Tyler Perry was like actually in.
Like
Like
as
playing,
himself.
playing a character, not Medea. Like
This
Oh,
is
shit.
not going to narrate it down at all. But was it the one where he had a bad wig on?
no, damn it, I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, I can't think of it now. I think,
He's got
Let's
his phone
see.
in his hand again.
yeah, as I say, I gotta look it up now.
Like
but we
working
can
in
move
that
on.
video store, I remember when all those movies got really popular.
I'm so glad
Oh
we're
my
past
God.
that.
Like, dude, I was
Video
like,
stores?
like there was so like we
Well,
could
that
never
too.
keep them in the store. Like they were always rented out because somebody like immediately was like, "Get a new Medea movie." I'm like, "Yeah, it's right over there."
We're so. I mean, and they're
same
all
as the last one.
so awful. I mean,
They are.
It's
Out of
like
curiosity,
it's like if Ernest wasn't good. you
Yeah,
know?
that's exactly what it is. Like, that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
out of curiosity, how many copies of one movie did you have? Like,
it depends on the movie. Like eventually we actually so it was a very intricate inventory system. Like the new releases had a fuck ton of them. As we moved them in onto the walls, we kind of kept most of them, and then as they got moved into the specialty sections, like the ones that are actually labeled, not the new releases or whatever.
He's in Star Trek. He plays like an admiral in the new Star Trek movies.
Really?
that's cool.
Yeah,
Tyler Perry.
Yes.
It's
I
fucking
think I
random as
remember that
hell.
actually. You're talking about the ones with
Chris
Pine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's
I'm trying to remember if I've seen him in the
there
movie.
he is. He's in the Star Trek.
Holy shit.
I'll be
Movies.
goddamn.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I recently watched through all three of those. I don't know why. I randomly just wanted to watch them.
Motherfucker look like Commander Anderson.
Yeah, Into Darkness is still
Captain
terrible.
Anderson.
Listen, if they do a live action Mass Effect, they fucking better just get Keith
David.
I
Yeah.
agree, 100%.
Like he doesn't have to do anything crazy.
Right.
It doesn't
And
matter
this
how
is
old
in the third
he is.
movie. It's the third game.
Even yeah,
He did a lot in that.
that's okay. I'd rather just not make that one, to be honest. Let's just go ahead.
So they got to be thinking about a live action Mass Effect. That's gonna cost a shit ton of money, first of all,
Yeah.
and then also, Shepard's the biggest question mark. Do you go with Fem Shepard, Guy Shepard, and
Listen.
then even then, like, what does Shepard look like?
Listen,
I didn't play
that is the hardest part, right?
Actually, like it wouldn't. They would probably go with the defaults for
Either one, okay.
But they
It's
just
either the red head or like the
the shaved head. Yeah.
yeah.
I want to say this is another rabbit hole, but I want to talk about this. So that's the problem, right? With Mass Effect is like every game after the first one, when you see the commercial, you be like, "Who the fuck is that?" That's not my goddamn Shepard.
That's not my Shepard.
You never played these games, right?
Nope.
Okay, so in the first game, you get to completely customize your character, and everything you do, every decision you make, everything carries over into the second and third games.
I do remember that.
including the way your character looks.
So I want to say that's one of the
So-
first games RPGs to do that.
It's probably I don't. I mean, it's not the only one.
No,
but
it
it's
was
definitely
one of the first.
I think it's the only one that does it to the degree that they do it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and I mean now when I play them, I can kind of see the spreadsheet, you know, where it's just like, okay, well this.
Yeah.
But when I was like playing them when they first came out, I was like, this is amazing.
I
Right.
played until the third one already came out. So.
I know you were late.
It's
As
really,
always.
it's really the illusion of like this really sprawling kind of thing. But I mean, they do a really good job of like, oh, I made this kind of minor decision in the first game, and now in the third game, I annihilated an entire species, or you know, whatever. So
But in the words of Linkin Park, in the end, it doesn't really matter.
it really doesn't. Yeah, it all gets narrowed down to what color you want your explosion to be,
I want green.
which is why
That's
an
what
option.
yeah. Which is why I was just like, maybe they just make the first game. I mean, obviously after the success of Fallout, I would love to see like a Mass Effect show cover the first game, and then like
Can't
get
forget about the success of Halo.
I can. And obviously, I think I'm not shitting on this, but in this day and age, they're going to go with FemShep. Unless it depends on what network does it, because HBO is definitely going to go FemShep Liara.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, you know, if like, you know, fucking, I don't know, if Amazon makes it, they might go like FemShep and
I would love to see like FemShep, Liara, and Garrus as a a triad. Just throwing that out there.
yeah, we're not there.
I know we're not.
We're not there
We're
yet.
still making shows called Couple to Thruple. Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
That's a show.
It's yes,
I've actually heard of
and
it.
it bothers me so fucking much. Anyway,
There's an arc in Suits where like one of the characters was dating this chick that also had a boyfriend somewhere else, and they basically had an arrangement because they lived on opposite sides of the country, where like she could date other people when he wasn't there, and like a big deal got made about that. And I was like, let me tell you something,
Brother.
anyway, let's continue. Mean Girls, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
we're not
talking
there
about.
yet. Yeah, we're
Is that what we're reviewing?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
So, who thought Regina was going to get hit by the bus?
Me.
Definitely not me.
No,
The way you guys reacted to that was fucking amazing.
I was like, holy shit, that bitch just got hit by a bus. Is that like? Is it? My thought was
It didn't happen
it
for
didn't
real.
happen
Did
for
you
real.
talk about it?
That was
Yeah, like at the end.
yeah, but shit.
Yeah, and
That bitch got hit by a bus.
And because they psyched me out when Virginia got hit by the bus, they psyched me out again at the end.
Which was actually really good on
Right.
their part.
Right.
Like,
Well,
yeah, son.
They actually foreshadowed the fuck out of her getting hit by the bus, because at the very beginning of the movie, when Katie's talking to her parents and she
Yeah.
goes to walk
Comes
across the
flying
road, the bus comes flying by.
Right.
Fast as fuck.
Which, by the way, that bus driver needs to be fucking like
I
fired.
don't know if that's the same bus driver.
Yeah,
I got a feeling it is. There's
It
no way
is.
that all of them.
We don't know that.
this
Maybe-
movie is too tropey for it not to be.
Maybe in the bus driver, like like the little area, they just have like Red Bull and that's it. They don't have nothing else to drink.
Or maybe they're like, how many can we hit today?
or maybe there's only one bus driver, which is why he's always driving so goddamn fast.
That's true.
You gotta get a whole fucking school's worth of people home.
And he probably got away with it because everybody thought Katie pushed her.
You're right.
That's fair.
He probably said that shit too. Yeah, she was pushed.
Yeah. I saw these girls arguing, and then one of them just pushed the other one right out in
So
front of me.
I was not shocked because they were having a whole ass conversation in the middle of the goddamn road.
I was surprised that that Regina didn't get damaged anymore because that bus didn't stop.
Yeah.
No, it just drove right over her head.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a cracked spine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
It's whatever. It doesn't,
I mean,
walk it off.
put some dirt on it.
One of the things I will note, though, and I feel this is a recurring thing, this works a lot better in the musical because Renee Rapp was much more capable of putting on weight because she's kind of thick anyway. But Rachel McAdams, like, they tried really hard, but, like, at no point do you actually think that she's gained any weight.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, she might be like sticking her stomach out, like forcing.
Yeah, I
it a
think
little
she.
more.
Yeah,
I thought they
about
just
it.
put like a little,
like a little bodysuit in there.
yeah, not even a bodysuit, just like little prosthetics under there.
They definitely put some pads in that ass.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the other thing too, right? Is like there's the joke in the movie where it's like such and such had a fat ass or whatever.
Well, no,
and you're like
it
in
was-
2024, that's not an
Right?
insult.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, the way like it went about though wasn't like a more heavyset woman bumps into her. It's like, watch where you're going, fat ass. And I'm like,
that
God
happens
damn.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Like the way American insults work. Calling somebody a fat ass is an insult, but saying, "Damn, you got a fat ass," that's
Because you changed the F for the PH, my dude.
no. I mean what I say when I say.
But it's also too like over time, right? I mean,
That's true.
you know, and there's a lot of slurs in this movie that they definitely cannot put in there now.
Oh, but the Mandarin, you know.
I think they could get away with that in 2024. Actually,
Because I mean, who would understand it?
yeah, they didn't actually say it; it's just a subtitle. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think they could get away with that in 2024.
They spelled it.
Not saying that they should, but they could.
Yeah. I mean, they get away with the joke swap on SNL. I mean, they can get away with that.
That's true.
If you haven't seen the joke swap on SNL,
Highly recommend. That shit is funny as fuck.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
So,
Yeah, those are great.
I have not.
Anybody
But in
else?
his defense, he was the one who couldn't stop running his mouth. I mean, I'm sorry. That was.
It's true.
Yeah, this movie does seem, and I mean this in all the best ways, like prototypical of what would have come out back in 2004. But at the same time, it's interesting that this one stands out amongst them. You know,
I think it's because of how, like you said earlier, was like how they never took themselves too seriously.
yeah,
And I think that's a lot of teen movies back in that time period was very much like they wanted to turn this into like a really big love story, like, you know, Bridgerton level or some shit, but it's not.
or be I don't want to say preachy, but be overly focused on whatever message, that's in the movie, instead of focus on entertaining. And this movie definitely
It's just entertaining.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing, though, right? Because I was thinking about this during the viewing of the movie. There's not a whole lot of great comedy movies today. I mean, if you really think about it, there's not really a whole lot of great comedy movies today, and I'm not sure why that is. But like looking back at this, it just reminded me of a better time for comedy movies. Like, yeah, like have a structured movie. Don't take it so serious. Let the jokes fly. And I mean, yeah, and again, just make sure that it's just a coherent movie that makes sense.
Cancel culture, honestly, like
it may have scared some people, and it may also affect who can get money to make movies.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it scared the producers and the studios. That's what I think.
I wouldn't actually go that far. I think what it is. Granted, I think there's an aspect of that. I think there's. I mean, fucking Jerry Seinfeld clearly thinks it's that. Fucking moron. Anyway. But you got, like... I think part of it is kind of like how, like, the RPG died in video games because they just kind of split the RPG up and put it into everything else. It's the same way with, like, your comedy movie. It's like, I mean, fucking... Every Ant-Man movie is a LOL comedy movie, even though we didn't come to see that.
Right.
So it's like, if they're just going to crack all these fucking jokes in the action movies, then what room is there for the comedy, you know? And I would say there are still, like, I mean, there's still, like, some pretty good comedy movies. Like, Free Guy was really good.
It was all right.
But those movies...
This is the Ryan Reynolds one, right?
Yeah. But those movies always have some, like, fucking heavy set messaging thrown in on them too.
Yeah.
You know.
I also liked it.
Yeah, I thought Free Guy was really good.
Sorry, I was checking the airtime on Heathers, and then I thought I might have clicked the wrong movie. Because I did not realize that. No, I did not realize that shit was made in 1988.
Oh yeah, it's an old one. Yeah, I thought you knew that.
I just didn't realize it was that much older.
Now you know.
So do you think that that's the reason that this movie has, like, withstood the test of time so much? Because, like, we were just watching the 20th anniversary Blu-ray that came out, and then there was a pretty big deal about it. So
yeah, I think just because, again, it's not trying to be anything other than a funny movie that can be relatable, understandable, and it always puts the comedy above anything else, it seems.
Yeah. I don't think the average person like really relates to like obviously being a fucking teenage girl in high school.
Right.
But I think the average person relates to the concept of like you have a chance to be popular or powerful and you take it, you know, that there being a draw to that and that you definitely gonna fucking alienate people by doing so.
Right. It's like for me, the draw of this movie isn't so much seeing Katie go from, you know, through her various transformations because, I mean, frankly, you can see those transformations coming. And you know, kind of the play-by-play as to how things are going to transpire. The entertaining part is seeing how they play it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's true. I still think the trust fall scene is one of my favorites. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, what are some favorite moments that we have in this movie?
Oh man. I really, really love that's the trust fall scene, of course, but everything that leads up to the bus hit.
Oh,
Just tremendous. Like that whole, like finally, like the two of them like coming to a head because like everything up until that moment between them has always been super passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And like that's the moment where they like finally are having it out, you know. And then bus.
Wham!
Nothing undercuts the tension like a bus.
Yeah.
I guess you can say the truth hit her like a bus.
No.
No. Wrong! Fuck you, Oz.
I'm glad that worked out. I was looking for the wah, wah, wah.
See, when last time we were all four on this, I sat over there and he couldn't push buttons.
That's true. We're going to change seats again.
No, we're
If you
not.
just move this seat over there, he's not going to want to sit in it.
That's true.
I will fuck you up, sir.
How are you going to be angry about where he puts chairs in his house?
I'll just move him back. That's fine.
What about you, Dylan? You have any favorite moments stand out?
You know, I was thinking about him, and then I got sidetracked by the button push.
They do that.
Yeah. I have a few probably. My favorite like just what the fuck moment was definitely the shoe throw.
That is so random.
Like bro just took a shoe to the neck.
And kept going.
Did not miss a beat.
That was
Hey,
the impressive
shit
part.
back.
Like he got hit by the shoe, didn't stop his song or affect it really.
Yeah.
It makes me think that wasn't the first time that happened to him.
Probably. Another one that I really liked, it's not really one scene, but like a continuous trope, was that, was it Damien?
Yeah, Damien.
Yeah.
Was that Damien, I keep thinking Wayne whenever I say that, Damien was like always in like the girl scenes.
Yeah.
Like in the bathroom, in the women's
I
room.
believe they made the joke that he was
Too gay to
Too gay to function.
Too gay
is
to
what-
gay to function.
But it was like in the women's room, and then assembled with all the other women whenever they were part of the, and just hood up sunglasses.
Right.
So
Looking like the fucking Unabomber. Just
in that scene where they're in the gym at the end, he's got the hoodie on. In the fucking musical, he's got a fold-out fan, like the one you got at the con, like the flip out.
God.
And so, like, yeah, when she looks over at him, he just kind of and flips the fan out. Fucking,
I do
it's
love that fan.
Fucking
That is
perfect.
amazing.
It is a great fan. What about you, Oz? What you got?
I mean, obviously it's trust fall, but the part that like was a little, actually I was actually impressed by was the 4-way call scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
I was like, what? Like,
So
That was great.
that scene actually mildly messed with me because each time someone was on screen, they were like on the call with them prior to this. So I'm sitting there like, is she just fucking up and she's just talking to all four?
that's what I was thinking too the whole time. I was like,
But no, she was popping back and forth between the two. It just really fucked my brain. How many people do you think don't
Understand
know that you can do that or could do that these days?
People past a certain age certainly don't, right? I would say.
Oh yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't know what button you have to hit for that. I think it's just like hold or some shit. I
You
haven't
can
held
still
a-
do that now.
If you have a home phone.
Who has a home phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in the day, though, if you had three-way calling, you could call the two people, and then one of them had to have three-way calling, and then they could add another person
Yeah.
in.
That is kind of how it worked with this, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were doing in this. They were on their house phones. Because 2004 was like that weird thing where like people had cell phones but still had house phones.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
That one dude had a brick of a phone.
Oh yeah, that's like I always talk about Suits a lot, and that's like the only thing about that show that dates it is that the cell phones that they use. That's like the only reason you can tell it's from like 2009.
Kayla, you might remember this because I think you've seen this movie more recently than anyone. But in
We all
X-Men
just
1,
watched it.
God damn it, in X-Men 1, I remember this scene from when I was a kid thinking, man, this is such cool technology. I wonder if we'll ever get that. It's when they're watching live footage of Senator Kelly. He's giving a speech, but if you've seen the movie, Senator Kelly dies early on in the movie, and they're like, and Cyclops pauses the live screening and goes, that's Mystique. And I was like, oh shit, he paused live TV.
Yeah.
And now it's like, is there such a thing?
Right.
You know? I mean, I guess there is, but
Nobody watches that shit anymore. It's all streamed now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would pay
Netflix
for-
does live stuff now too, though. So, which is crazy. I mean, they're about to be airing Monday Night Raw live.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which is nuts.
I might actually watch it every now and then.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that's because I had the same thought.
Especially since they're going to be able to do whatever they want.
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, no network restraints. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
I also love I love fucking Kevin G, the mathletics.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, his slide in at the very end was fucking smooth. Like, I had to compliment him. Like, yeah, it was good.
I think he might be Batman or a Robin or something because the amount of times he's just there.
Just pops out of nowhere, man.
You know
Not
who
even
else is
slide.
good
Some
at
of the
that?
times he's just there.
You know who else is good at that? Creeps.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. For a second, I was like, I don't know what comic book character that is. Because look me in the eyes and tell me that could not be a comic book character name.
There is a character named the Creeper. He was in Batman Beyond, I believe. He looked like the Joker.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, I
Why do
actually
you know that? So never mind.
Really? Do you have to ask?
Yeah, that's why I stopped myself.
It's interesting to look at the two movies. Like,
That's the Creeper.
in 2004,
That looks like a hobgoblin. What the fuck?
oh my god, Damien would have been like an outcast because he was gay, but in like the 2024 version, he's like popular because he's gay,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
which is hilarious.
He's like the school gay.
Also, that person was corn fed as fuck, tall as hell.
Yeah,
So I've been holding it in this
wasn't
whole
nobody
time.
go pick on him too hard.
Yeah, just pick you up. Just
I also love the scene where Janice and Caddy are arguing, but like Damien can't stop the car because he got
yes. It's like, curfew's at 1. It's 1:10.
See, and like,
And again, not taking itself too seriously.
yeah, but that scene I think maybe deserves a little bit more credit because it was one of the more serious moments of the movie, and there were also more or less kind of expositing information that each of the characters needed to hear.
Yeah.
And they were still lacing that with humor. And like that's a tricky thing to do because a lot of movies can cut themselves off at the knees with humor when it should be a moment of levity. But I thought this movie did it great.
It was
with that
pretty
scene.
good. Yeah.
And the original screenplay for this movie is actually from Lorne Michaels, which is SNL showrunner for like forever.
Still.
Yeah. Like the original SNL creator and still showrunner somehow on like season 58 or whatever they're on.
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys have named like most of my favorite parts of the movie. I mean, we talked about like the shoe, but the stereo also.
Oh, yeah, we did
I
forget
might have
about-
specifically left that one off my list in case somebody else wanted it. That dude's dead. I don't care what you say.
You get kicked in the face with a stereo.
And you know back then a boombox was a
Oh,
heavy fucking
yeah.
thing.
It's also not a toy.
It's
that-
not a toy.
It's
that
not a toy.
boombox was projecting to like the entire,
You know what's
audience.
funny? I'm pretty sure my family has that exact same one.
Do they still have like the old school TV where like it's broken and the new TV is set on top of it?
So they had one of those, and the only reason that we had it was when we went to the drive-in, the Big Mo.
Oh yeah.
They just put that on the hood. It might have died finally.
I will say, it hit the heartstrings a little bit of my nostalgia when they bumped the stereo originally and the fucking CD started skipping. I was like, why is this triggering me right now?
Oh, we all been there.
It's because if you hit this table one more time,
It might
the
skip.
record might skip.
See, I told you.
I told you.
Stop hitting the
table.
Wrote this a long time ago.
No, this was in 2004.
Yeah, not 94.
Not 94.
But 04 was a long time ago.
It
now.
was 20 years ago at this point. There's so many like iconic like memes and like stuff that have come out of this movie. The Fetch thing, the You Go Glen Coco, the October 3rd. I mean, that this movie is why on October 3rd your social media be flooded with people being like it's October 3rd.
I remember that shit happening and just like,
I was like, I don't remember. Like,
It's October 3rd.
and then at the same time,
honestly, when I finally saw the moment, I was like, it was kind of underwhelming. I was like
the meme was bigger.
The meme was bigger than the fucking moment.
The moment's like 2 seconds. Also, did you just drink by putting your index finger in your cup?
I saw that too.
I don't like it.
Yeah, he does that. It doesn't bother me anymore. So, let's see what the Wednesdays we
Unsanitary.
wear pink. That's
Yeah. Fridays they were jeans or sweatpants. Is that
they're only allowed to wear jeans or sweatpants on a Friday, which is why Regina
That's
gets
like the relaxed
kicked off the table.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the sweatpants are the only thing.
You can also only have your hair up in ponytail one time a week.
One time
once
a week.
Yeah.
And I guess you chose today.
I guess you've chosen today. The way that Gretchen delivers so many of her lines, where it's just like you can tell she's trying to be sly, but it's like so clearly bitchy. It's just
Right.
She's not
masterful.
trying very hard.
No.
I mean, she.
I think it's like she doesn't notice it.
Yeah. Which I guess you've chosen today.
I wonder how many girls back then could have watched that movie and related. But what do you do if you look at that movie and you see yourself like a Funhouse mirror version of yourself in it? And then what do you do if you realize, oh, you're not Katie or Regina?
You're Karen?
You're Karen.
Well, see, the thing is the Karens would have watched that and been like, ha ha, like, you know,
Well, she knew.
those girls are dumb.
Damn.
She knew she wasn't smart though. She said so.
That's a fair point.
She was
I
self-aware.
give Karen that. She was very self-aware. Maybe not.
Well, she was more self-aware than we gave her credit for. I don't know if I'd say she's very self-aware.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question. If you had to hang out with a equivalent of, obviously not like a high school, because it'd be very weird for any of us to hang out with a high schooler like that. Right. But the aged up equivalent of any of the three original Plastics. If you had to hang out with one of them for like
Karen.
a con,
I guess
for like a convention.
I guess I hang out with Oz.
I mean, that tracks.
I mean, honestly,
I'm going Karen.
I probably would also do
it's
Karen.
It's Karen because, like, yeah, I mean, I've hung out with dumber people that aren't as attractive, so.
All right, listen, just because Brendan ain't here don't mean you can talk shit.
Say that shit.
No, because, he's going to listen to this, and Brendan, I want you to know that shit came from Caleb. I'm here defending you.
I didn't say shit. You said that.
Oh.
You said the name.
You said it.
Oh.
You said the name.
Hold up.
And just for the record, I don't think any of you are as attractive as Amanda Seyfried, no offense.
I mean, that's a very fair point.
No, yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm staying out of this a little bit here.
Hanging out with Karen from this movie, that shit would get old very fast.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, but you definitely don't want to hang out with Regina. And honestly, I would go to jail for murdering Gretchen in about
Yeah, but I say
5
it definitely would be Gretchen. I actually might choose Regina.
See, I could just distract the shit out of Karen. Was Karen?
Yeah. I can just get a laser pointer.
Because I also said a convention. So I used to be like, look at this person. Look at this person. Look at this person. Just distract the fuck out of her every 5
That's
seconds.
true. That is true.
No,
But
stop trying to put your fist in your mouth. Come over here.
How many
But what are you
furries do
gonna-
you think she would pet at the convention?
All of them.
Oh my God, your dog is so big!
That's not a dog.
Maybe a bit of a inside reference, but what are you gonna do when Katie goes to Verizon Wireless when you guys are trying to leave?
I was refraining from making that joke. That was mean, and
No, that would be Karen, not Katie.
Okay, yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
I would not leave. I would not leave Karen alone.
I think if it was Karen specifically, I would just leave her in the middle of the convention,
That too.
just for shits and giggles.
Because in this scenario, I don't even know who the fuck this bitch is. I'm just stuck hanging out with her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about this bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely Karen because the other two. Why Regina though?
I'm even curious about that. Why Regina?
Yeah, well,
this is manipulated. It's fine.
oh, fuck off. This isn't saying much, but she's definitely the smartest of the three.
I mean, that
That really is not saying much.
I'm aware. Yep, it's not saying much.
She's like lawful evil.
Oh, yeah, that she is, but every once in a while,
Judging, bro.
every once in a while, it's just fun to hang out with somebody who just has completely different viewpoints than you
Morals.
and morals.
It would be interesting, to
Especially
talk
at
to
a
her.
con.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She would just be hating on everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
She'd be like, "Oh my god, look at these fucking weebs."
Yeah.
See, I went through that, and I'll never do it again.
Oh,
You call people fucking weebs?
Yeah, but those were never clever.
No, same mentality though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Look at all these sluts. Like, bitch.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it'd be an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad nobody picked the other one.
I think we all like probably know or knew someone like at least one of the plastics, right? I mean, the trope doesn't work if you don't.
Yeah.
I think the only one I don't really like, I never really knew somebody that was similar to was the one I don't remember the fucking name of. Her name was-
Gretchen.
Yeah.
Oh no, I knew a Gretchen.
Like I didn't know somebody who was that fucking just like cannot stop shutting up. They just keeps talking constantly.
Oh yeah, I know a few of those. Unfortunately,
Someone
Maybe
who
I just
needs a
leave.
boss.
Yeah, that too.
or a shop collar.
Maybe I just walk away from them.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, I'm done. I'm good.
I've actually been at a dinner table with two other people where like one of them was talking at the other one, and the other person like never responded to them once in an hour and a half, and they just kept talking.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I was stuck at a dinner table,
That makes my brain hurt.
I feel like I could be the one that does not say a word the entire time.
Like if there was just an annoying person talking at you.
And I was stuck at that table,
Yeah.
that could happen.
You just look over and tell Ace how beautiful his eyes are every 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. I would. If you thought me getting fussy at the con was bad, you'd see a whole new thing.
Yeah, if I had to be stuck at the table with Gretchen, I'm saying something. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I'd probably drop. What was it, Regina, the main bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not go. I could not go to dinner with her.
No, I'm saying I would drop like a Regina level like sass thing at them, and I wouldn't even really mean to. It would just come out of me.
See, I don't have the energy for all that. Like, the moment I realized what I was dealing with, I would just get up and walk away.
Just leave.
But what if it's free food? I'll do a lot
No,
of free food.
like, honestly,
I'll sit through a
my
lot of free
piece is
food.
way more
Where are we eating
important.
at?
That's also a good
damn.
point. The
Yeah, it
idea
can't be
is like
no
it's a
free
fancier
Burger
one.
King.
It's a fancier one because also they're not going to just go to one of those places anyway.
Yeah,
That's true.
It can't be no free Burger King. If I'm
say,
getting like a
But I'm on
free...
an all-carbs diet.
Just fuck up.
Ace was losing his shit on all of those.
I was like,
These calcium
So,
bars
all
suck.
right. So it's like, fuck. What's one of the more expensive places?
The Ritz-Carlton.
yeah, I think it means like to eat.
No, they have restaurants in there.
That's how poor I am, Caleb. I don't know.
Right?
I was in a Ritz Carlton in St. Thomas. I don't remember there being a restaurant in that bitch. It was a free trip.
5-star
what if it's
Michelin
like-
restaurant.
Yeah. Just like I don't fucking know.
Hell's Kitchen. Shit. Like,
Yeah. You go to Hell's Kitchen.
Is Daredevil there?
Not that Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
I'm sold.
But you have to deal with it for that specific one. You got to sit with all three of them.
All three?
Yeah, for an hour at least.
Ooh.
Yes.
And they want to talk to you. They don't like. You can't like deflect and talk to each other.
Is Gordon Ramsay there?
He's working.
He would beat the shit out of one. Well, they'd be customers, so
Yeah. He's back in the back. You don't really get to. You can see him, but
here's the thing that would kill me the most.
He's yelling at Daredevil.
What are you fucking blind?
Yes.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he is.
Regina would be like, "Oh my god, I love your Batman hat. Where did you get it?"
The thing that would kill me the most about going to dinner with any and or all of them is, especially Gretchen and Regina, the way they would treat the staff.
Oh yeah,
That's a fair point. I did not think of.
I would have to leave the biggest fucking tip I've ever left at a restaurant to try to make up for
I
that.
would probably like excuse myself to the bathroom, catch my like waiter, waitress, whoever, and be like, "Hey, look, this is gonna be awful for you. I'm sorry. Just so you know, I'm gonna leave a fat tip. Just please get through this."
You know, Regina's one of those people like they cannot go out to eat somewhere without something being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like there has to be some fucking crisis,
Right.
every time.
I'm gonna be honest. I think if I was at a table with outside of that weird scenario we just built up, but if I like sat at a table and someone in my party was that fucking way to a waiter or waitress, I'd probably start yelling at them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not the waiter or waitress, for clarity. I know you guys know, but just like
Yeah.
like the person in my party. I don't care if it's my best friend. I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
On the flip side, I've only had like one waiter or waitress be rude to someone we were with, and they asked my friend if he was alone, and
He brought that up.
That wasn't rude. That was hilarious.
That shit was fucked up.
That really
And
was.
I didn't. I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. But
that
the
person is
whole
Dylan, by the
fucking
way.
table, the whole table is like, damn, she just asked you that. And I was just like, I'm really trying to just not make a face at this poor person.
So we went to a Brazilian steakhouse for my birthday,
That shit was so great.
and the waitress was trying to discern if Dylan was like, paying for his own check. And instead she goes, "Are you alone?" And we were all like,
like we weren't trying to have an existential crisis on Kayla's birthday.
The funny part was like he was just at the end too, so
Yeah,
it
I
was
was at
like
the corner.
he was the first one because there was multiple people who paid for themselves that night. It was just funny because he was the first one.
and then after that, everyone was like, "Yes, I am alone."
Yes, I had
This
one.
poor waitress tried 3 different variants of saying that question.
Yeah.
None of them worked.
None of them worked. It was amazing though.
And then I remember, like, for me, she just pointed and gestured because I like the fourth person she
Yeah,
asked.
she's just like,
and
what?
I made her ask the question.
So you were too far down the table. I didn't even know.
I was sitting right next to him. It was hilarious.
You guys are dicks.
Well, does anybody else have anything else before we score this one and get out of here?
Yeah, it's getting late. It's a school night.
It is a school night, huh? Well, no, school's out for the summer.
School's out. Yeah.
I do know that one. I'm not actually gonna
That was more dated than how old we actually are. Okay.
It's just that he said the exact
I
thing.
did.
He said the thing.
Ow. Would you stop punching the table?
It hurt.
Both of you.
I lost that fight.
Again, this movie was much needed after like a shitty day of work. It was just very fun.
I'm glad it
was,
helped you out.
Yeah, it was very relaxing. It didn't take itself too seriously. I had a lot of fun watching it. I thought it had just some extremely funny moments in it. A pretty colorful cast and array of characters in this movie. Yeah, but in terms of like anything else before we score it, no, I mean, really good comedy movie.
Yeah. I agree. And you guys should all watch the musical as well. Not for this, obviously, because we can't do that for another 20 years.
I think for my like final little note, I did like this a lot. I think part of the reason I didn't like it as much as I thought I might is the amount of items, like shows or movies or Broadway shows that I've seen before this that touched on most of the parts of it. So it just pulled me out of it a little bit. So while I was watching, and this is no fault of the movie at all, but as I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, that's like that one thing. Oh yeah, that's like the one thing. Oh, that's the one thing. And then I'm sitting there just like brains off on a tangent, thinking like, oh yeah, that I like that song from that one. And I was like, oh wait, no, I'm watching a movie I got to review on. Focus back in. But I did really enjoy it.
It has influenced the culture a lot, over the last 20 years.
Well, most of those was actually back to Heathers, which is older. So.
Well, yeah. But just as far as like stuff that has been in movies since then, for sure. Not to mention all the fucking memes.
A lot of memes.
So memes.
Although my October 3rd is a different one.
All right, Oz, you want to go first on the wrap up and the scoring? We started with Dylan tonight, so.
All right. Honestly, and I have no real issues with this movie other than the fact it's not really a movie I would ever choose for myself. I probably won't ever watch it again. If y'all are watching it at the house and I walk by, I might stop for a sec.
Me and Kay are going to watch the musical soon.
I might join in on that, maybe. I think I would just put it at a solid 7.
It's funny you say that, Oz, because I was actually thinking about something. For our reviews, I was thinking about removing 7 as an option.
Why?
Because that's the most comfortable answer to give.
Well, then you know what? 6.5 then.
It is. 7 is the most. It's because it's like.
It's the halfway between 5 and 10.
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know if I've ever given something a 7 on this.
I do way too often, I think.
I will say I very rarely give anything a 7 on here.
So this is what I'm going to do then. 6.5 then.
There.
But that's mainly because I usually have very polarizing opinions.
You also keep pulling me on for things that make me do like really low scores.
I don't mean to.
I've done a lot of 6s on this show.
Didn't I do the lowest that's been
You have
recorded?
given the lowest score in this podcast. Yeah. It's going to be hard to beat that
I was
score.
upset.
Did you give a 0, like a straight 0?
It was like, what was it, a 1.5 or
I
no,
don't
a 2?
remember. I don't remember most of that day. It has been locked away.
It might have been like a 2.
Because
I was upset.
No, because I gave the 84 Dune a 1.
Oh,
because
fuck.
Patrick Stewart was in it.
Then it
that's
it might not
right.
I
have
said
been
I would have
locked
gave it a 0.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
Patrick Stewart was in it. So I was like, did he give something a 0.5?
No,
or?
yeah, that is the lowest score.
So second lowest.
Second lowest score. Yeah. No, I had a blast with this movie, and also I like the fact that this movie it got in, did what the fuck it needed to do, and got out.
It's a crisp 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got in, did what it needed to, got out before the bus hit it.
In a world of everything has to be 2 to 2.5 hours,
Right.
and I'm usually checking my cell phone about that second hour.
Yeah. Speaking of which, hopefully Venom 3 is another short.
About 7 minutes.
What the fuck is it? A YouTube short?
Bro, the trailer
Have I seen the second one?
Hopefully not. It's got the red one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Venom
haven't
2,
seen
the
that.
red one. And now we're about to have Venom 3, the bunches of them.
Yeah. Honey bunches of Venom.
I think I have seen the second one.
Yeah, with Carnage.
I don't remember.
Woody Harrelson's in it.
Because there will be.
You said an actor name again. Or actress name.
You don't even know that one? Jesus.
I told
Really?
you, I know none. Names do not stick.
I see.
Keanu Reeves.
I know that one.
Okay. But
I
no,
love that, man.
I give Mean Girls. I give it 8.2 out of 10.
Ooh.
I had fun with it.
Mine pretty quick. I from the start of this 8 out of 10. I had fun.
Yeah. I think for me it's tough because I watched it when it came out and it's a favorite. I'm gonna give it this version of the movie a 7.5 today. I would have scored it higher when I first watched it.
Is that the official fetch scoring? 7.5.
That is fetch. It's the fetch edition. Yeah, and honestly, the musical existing brought it down because I like it so much more.
Wow.
I give the musical like a 9.8 to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That good?
I love it. I've seen it. I saw it multiple times in theaters, and I've seen it multiple times since it came out on the Plex.
Damn.
Yeah, it's really. And I am also a fucking stan for Renee Rapp, though. I will go ahead and give that disclosure. She's like a Anya Taylor-Joy for me. I'll watch anything she's in.
You haven't seen the new Mad Max, have you?
No.
I'm actually going to go to the theaters and see that next one.
I thought Fury Road was one of the most excruciating things I've ever seen.
It's a hard watch.
I liked it when it came out.
This is like the second time in a row on here that I've talked about Kyle on here. But me and Kyle went to go see this Fury Road like opening night together, and it was like not a lot of people there, and it's me. We have the snack chair in between us, and Kyle, and we're just kind of chilling and everything. And
wait, does it mean you bought 3 seats?
No, there weren't that many people in the theater, so we just kind of spread out. So, although I do miss, that's one thing I miss about the pandemic is my snack chair. But we're sitting there, and about halfway through the movie, I'm like, I want to fucking leave, man. I should ask him if he wants to leave. And I look over, and I'm like, he kind of looks like he's into it. Whatever, I'll just sit here. So when we get out of the movie, he's like, bruh, I wanted to ask you if you wanted to leave, like, halfway through that movie. I was like, God damn it! I could have saved myself the last hour of that.
That was DNF to fucking, like, a movie? Shit.
I have done it before, yeah.
Here's the most ironic thing that I've heard about the Furiosa movie is that it kind of has... If you enjoyed Fury Road, then you would still really enjoy this one. The issue is that, with Fury Road, Mad Max is in it, but it's not really about him. It's about Furiosa. With this one, Furiosa's in it, but it's not really about her. It's about this other dude who is like a Mad Max stand-in, not Max.
Is that Hemsworth's character?
No, he plays the villain.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually... So, I love Anya Taylor-Joy, and that's the only reason I want to see it, and I kind of want to see Hemsworth act.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
It has been a little bit. This I've heard he did pretty good in this one.
And he's damn near like unrecognizable in the trailers and everything.
Prosthetics they put on him.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that his brother? His brother is the we ordered it off Temu Witcher.
The new Geralt.
I've seen a picture of it. Oh my God, I hate it.
I saw at least 5 Geralts at the con that looked better than...
Right? Oh my God. Like the one trading with Don?
Yeah. The one that got all my bottle caps?
Yeah.
Oh.
That one was a good one.
Oh, you said trading. I thought you said training. I was like, oh, shit.
I thought he did too for a second.
Trading with Don. Like, in his little... Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Oh, man. Well...
But this has been awesome. I really... I'm glad that I picked this and got to expose you guys to it. So.
What timeline do I have to pick my movie for?
So we are behind technically. So if you want to aim for something for the end of the month, that would get us back on schedule.
Okay.
So
we'll see.
Well, I'm not gonna be.
You got time, and so Oz, you will not be on that one.
No.
We'll have to do it on a Thursday or Friday because that's when Brendan's off.
Yeah, for new Oz, that's when new Oz.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
like, there's a line I draw.
No. He's demoted.
He's been demoted.
He's been fully demoted.
He's not Brendan anymore.
He's new Brendan.
Wasn't I?
Jesus.
Wasn't I there for that? For the demoting? I don't even remember.
It was a lot. Yeah. I listened to this show, and so it's hard for me to discern what I was in the room for and what I wasn't.
I actually like listening to this show, but I don't tend to have time to. So I'm very behind.
Well, somebody got you into Cosmere nonsense. And
yeah, I don't know who the fuck would do that shit.
Yeah.
And then it's been too long since I heard part of it, so I went back.
Oh, yeah, you could have lapped me.
Wow.
Not technically because I didn't restart. I just popped back over to Stormlight.
Yeah. I'm also about to do a reread of those before the new one comes out. 491,000 words.
Like.
Yeah.
I mean, I did all of the Cosmere stuff with a slight break in, what was it, 1 year, 1 month, and 18 days?
Yeah, which is nuts. Yeah. But we're going to have a lot more about the Cosmere tomorrow, right here, in this exact room.
And I won't be here.
We are, yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, because, I get to nerd the fuck out.
I need to make sure to listen to that one specifically.
Yeah.
So, remind me, would you?
Yeah, we'll drop some tidbits in there.
Yeah, it'll be episode 500.
You should listen to White Sand if you haven't, because at the end, we kind of did a little, okay, leave, get the fuck out now if you don't, if you don't know, and then...
So, you guys have done, because this will be the second Cosmere one.
Yep.
And we've only done
So,
White Sand.
White Sand and this. I really should listen to the White Sand one because I do also feel like I've missed a fair bit in White Sand, just like in general.
Yeah. Because you had to like read it with your face.
Yeah, as opposed to read it with my ears.
Yeah.
With your face.
With your face.
I also felt slightly rushed because like things kept happening where I couldn't read it whenever I wanted to. I did really enjoy it though, but maybe I'll try to listen to that tomorrow.
It's standalone as fuck.
Yeah.
I still really liked it though.
Final Empire, not so much.
So I think the thing that irritated me the most, and this is the real quick thing because it's getting late, is that like they didn't touch on the magic as much in some of the other places, and I fucking love the magic. Yeah. But this is very off topic though.
Yeah.
And I think we're done.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but we could. Yeah, this could go on. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's actually, you really don't want me and him talking Cosmere shit on the show.
It will continue.
We probably shouldn't do that.
I'll keep that noted then.
Yeah.
Yeah, for because there will be more Cosmere lore.
Hey.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, you know. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Take us out, Ace.
Okay, well, all right, settle down, guys. I know. Shut up. All right, I get it. All right.
I wish we had the Megan Thee Stallion actually did a Mean Girls song where she's like, "I'm the Black Regina George," and everything. Yeah. So.
Oh wow, she's a mean girl.
Yeah.
She's a mean girl, and she's doing.
Oh my God! Bring us out. Take us out. Take
All
us
right.
out. Please.
You guys don't appreciate my artistic value, then I guess we'll get out of here.
I'll pay you one cap to take us out.
Got it. We're waiting on this. Well, homies, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Mean Girls. This was a really fun entry in the Throwback series. Again, unexpected and took me by surprise. It seemed to be really enjoyed by all here. Looking forward to what Dylan has for us here in a few short weeks. I'm sure that'd be a lot of fun as well. Looking forward to it. No pressure, Dylan.
No pressure.
But that would be all for now. So until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm superhero homie Oz.
I'm superhero homie Caleb.
And I'm superhero homie Dylan.